And of course, we're just talking one morning, and her father doesn't speak Māori. Black is the ace of spades. He's Rarotongan and Waikato.
Waikato.
And black is the ace of spades. And because he speaks English to them, she said, "Oh, he Pākehā taku pāpā." I said, "Kao." He Māori, Māori me te kuki airani koutou, Māori koutou. It's kao, Pākehā. Nā te mea ka kōrero Pākehā noi. Māori koutou. Nonga mautere. Yeah, so that's their aoi, that's their identity. She believes, or they believe, that anyone who speaks English is a Pākehā. So I have to keep reminding you,
I think a big one for me was like me and Kahu, like we grew up in two very different types of, experiencing our tuakiritanga. He grew up in a side where it was a lot of Māori advancement in terms of a business realm and that sort of, progression for Māori. And I grew up in a round of set your foundations, you do your mahi on the marae, and through waka. So waka haurua and waka ama, whereas a lot of our kōrero had come through that. And then there was a point there where we were talking about the voyage of waka and where we come through and stuff. And I was talking to Kahu about the pūraka that I was privileged to. My koro was a navigator, so those things you don't realise are a privilege to you. You're just like, yeah, every koro was a navigator, like, what do you mean? And so it was then talking to him about the kōrero and the travels and where they've moved through. And then his response, I actually had to check my tone and what I was saying and realise by the look on his face, you have no idea what I'm talking about. Like, you're looking at me like, they don't do that. What do you mean they did that? Like, it was a real big shock for me. Like, what do you mean you don't know that? Then it was okay, let's flip this. How can I share this with you so that it becomes our kōrero, so that you can also pass that on to te aurere? It turns into from being my own kōrero from my whānau to then how does it become our kōrero? Like, that was, that was big for me. I had to go to my mum and I'm like, is that not normal? Like, do people not all have this? And then she's like, no. It's like, you don't know from how they iwi on how they were. I'm like, oh yeah, true, but everyone came on waka. Or, and then she's like, no, not everyone did. I'm like, all those sorts of things that had to really unpack. And yeah, it gave me a bit of a, not hurt to the ego, but a bit of a like, how do I actually move past this? Because I don't want to whakaiti him in any way. How do I still maintain the mana of everything that he has learnt, and then how do I enhance his learnings in that space? So that was a huge one for me.